Hi, it's Bernadette Janson, and today I want to talk about the opportunities that exist in today's market. Firstly, I want to clarify that there is no one market and every area is having a different experience. But there has been a general trend in a lot of the main markets to be on a downward journey. And I heard someone saying the other day that it's, I guess, the biggest downturn. It's equivalent to the GFC, what happened in the GFC, which I found quite astounding actually, although not all that surprised. I think it's more in Sydney and Melbourne than in other areas. But every cloud has a silver lining, and what I want to talk about is the opportunities that exist in this market. They exist in Sydney and Melbourne, but they also exist in other areas of Australia too. So firstly, I want to talk about buying, renovating and selling. So because it's a buyer's market, it is an awesome time to be buying your projects. I had 3 students who are doing a joint venture, got an absolutely fantastic property in Edgecliff last week. If they had have bought it 12 months ago, I suspect that they would have paid around about 20% more. And that's a great opportunity for them. So being able to buy at that lower price certainly makes the viability of the project much more comfortable. When the market's really hot, you're really struggling to buy your property at the right price, and that can make the whole idea of buying, renovating and selling quite challenging. But the other thing that I think has happened in terms of how the market has been is it's reminded us of how unreliable it can be. So it does roller coaster quite significantly. When it's really buoyant for such a long time, we can forget that it doesn't stay like that. And the good thing about it is that it has us take a longer term view in our investing. While I've just spoken about buying and renovating and selling, that's a really short-term strategy, and it's not investing, it's speculating. And I think that it's good to actually have a wake-up call and realise that you are way better off to be investing for the long term and utilising renovation to maximise your return on that property than going for the quick wins in the short term. Of course, there are times when that's the appropriate thing to do, but if you can avoid it, it's always better. But the third thing is that it really, when there is a downturn, and we have some properties that we would have sold but we've decided to hold on to them, it really forces you to think outside the square and to build other skills. Now, these days we're extremely fortunate because we have short-term rental as a plan B. So in the past, plan B was to rent the property out, and I was never really happy about that because I felt concerned about handing over a brand new property to a tenant and so that they could take the edge off it. I really was uncomfortable about it. And the other thing was the returns just never covered the costs. But Airbnb is a totally different kettle of fish. Because you get access to the property while the guests are there, you can come in and out in between guests. It's cleaned, 2, 3, 4 times a week, so it's kept in peak condition. But the other thing is that the returns are extraordinary. For instance, this property we're in at the moment, it's currently getting $1,500 a week. If it was rented on short term, long term, it would be probably getting between $900 and $1,000 a week. So $1,500, it's very comfortable to hold the property. So it gives you that flexibility that if your timing's off, which sometimes it is, then you've got the opportunity to wait. And the other thing is, I mentioned sharpening your skills. So Airbnb used to be easy. Any mug could put their property on Airbnb and bring in a fantastic return. These days it's a lot more competitive and you need to really sharpen your skills. And there is so much you can do to improve your income and your property, and that's something that we're really working on. I actually find it quite inspiring and challenging to be able to really build on your skills and max out the return on your property. Okay, well, so just to recap, the 3 opportunities that I see the way the market is, that if you really do want to buy, renovate and sell, there are some really great buys out there and it's an awesome time to be doing it. If it forces us, the flickers in the market remind us that it's very fickle and you are way better to take a more longer term view on your investing. And of course, it's a brilliant time to be buying for the long term now because there are so many good buys around. It's definitely a buyer's market. And the third thing is it's an opportunity to really fine-tune your skills. So as I say, make lemonade out of lemons, and Airbnb offers us a brilliant opportunity for doing that. I hope that you found that helpful, and I'd really be interested in your comments on the current market.